الشخصية من؟ لا ايش دقيقة المتابعين يقرروا. ها؟
أنا شيخ من أنا.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome guys. Let's think about something together guys. So I believe maybe a day will come when Islam, you would actually have real ex-Muslims. You know, right now the ex-Muslims that we are dealing with, they don't have sense. They don't know how to talk. They are too polemical. They are too, like, they want to insult Islam, and no one is going to listen to that. But maybe in the future, some ex-Muslims they were actually practicing Muslims, and I'm going to show you where I'm getting this from. You know, right now those good Muslims will be like, they were not really Muslims. What if a day comes where when someone that is a real Muslim then is not a Muslim anymore? What would you say then? Like, this guy, you cannot say he wasn't a real Muslim, and it can happen, and I'm sure maybe it has happened, but maybe those guys are not popular. But the point I'm saying is that, what would you say then when you see someone that he was a true Muslim, he believed everything just like you, but he changed his belief? You will find this, by the way, let me tell you, it has already happened in Christianity. In Christianity, I think they have high quality ex-Christians. Like, their ex-Christian community is filled with scholars that are good, and everyone know they are good. Like, you cannot deny that they are saying the truth. That kind of level of quality. The ex-Christian communities, they have quality in there. Whereas the ex-Muslim community, those guys are just people, ignorant people, and we can easily refute them, right? We can easily push them away. But what if one day comes and these people, the ones that come now, you cannot deny that they knew what they were talking about, and for some reason they stopped believing in Islam? What would you do then? So that's the whole point I want to point out to this video. So I think I already told you, if you watched my other video, see, belief is not about what you know. I realize this. It's not about what you know. It's about something else. It's about the qalb, actually. It's not about aql. To believe, to be a Muslim or a good Muslim and all of that, it's not about aql. It's not about, hey, it makes sense to me. Sometimes it's more than that. It's about your qalb, your heart. Where does your heart lie? You know? And I feel like one of the things that we have is fear and hope. Fear and hope, right? The moment someone starts being scared of, for example, Jahannam, if someone can lose that fear, he's not scared of Jahannam anymore. You see all these other proofs, they are gone. I'm telling you, if you remove the imagine if there's no Jahannam, do you think people will believe? Do you think people will be scared to do bad stuff? No. You see this Jahannam stuff and Jannah, but most importantly Jahannam, I believe that is why most people, even if they start deviating, they call themselves back. Bro, I don't want to go to Jahannam, right? That's what you call yourself back to. I don't want to be punished for eternity, right? So I think that is the main thing why people actually hold on to their beliefs. So I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow if I see a scholar or someone or a da'i or bro, you can, all these rational arguments is for people that also have fear of God. Okay? Because the rational arguments, it can only go so far. What matters the most for human beings, most human beings, is their emotion. They want to have self-preservation. Okay? But if they say like they have no hope, that's another thing. Like, I feel like some atheists, they are confused. What do I mean by they are confused? They say like there are two options here, Christianity and Islam. They don't know which one to choose. So they freeze on the spot, like, bro, both of them, and by the way, this has happened before in the early Greek community. You had some people, they call them the sophists. So the sophist, what is this, sophist or sophist, whatever, sophistry, you know that word, sophistry, comes from them. So who are these people? They had a method like, wait a moment, you have Plato, or you have, let's say, Plato, and then you have someone else making, or let's say Aristotle. Both of them are smart people. Both of them they have good arguments. But we don't know which one to follow, because we don't know. Both of them are plausible. And so which one is correct? So they just said, you know what, we don't care about this stuff anymore. This is what the sophists they did. They said, we don't care, we will just leave them alone, we'll start talking up. Then they started doing politics. This is where politics came from. They started doing going into rhetoric, how to talk, how to persuade people. it's not about meaning anymore. It's about pragmatism. It's about more than just what is truth. They don't care about truth. They care about what works. Something like this. So those are the sophists. So I think this can happen also when a Muslim. So if you see a Muslim that left Islam or something, it's not always because of ignorance. Okay, it's also if they lose their fear of Jahannam to a certain degree, then they can change their view on Islam. Or if they are not sure anymore that Islam can protect them, then they can do that. They will find, people will always find, they will find a way to protect. If they see like this way is not going to protect me, or I'm not sure if it's going to protect me, so they will just say, and there's no other method after Islam, they will just become atheists. Now, so I just wanted to share that with you. Don't be surprised. We are all out here. And if you believe also that Allah guides us, I'm just showing you on a normal human level. Allah knows best who is truly believes and all of that. But the point is that from what I've seen generally, but in the end Allah guides whoever He wants, right? So that's why you see why didn't people follow the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Somehow it's not just about what makes sense, because he's the one that can present Islam the best to people, and it still didn't make sense to them. So somehow it's more than just intellect. It's also about your emotions. So I've changed my view on this now. Like if I meet someone that doesn't agree with me, whether even Islam and all of that, I wouldn't be polemical to them or talk down on them to make them feel like they are not smart, because they could be smart and still reject Islam. Of course, look at people like Dr. William Lane Craig. Look at all these philosophers, Richard Swinburne, smart people, Ryan Mullins, like people that actually I learned from them on some other issues. And from the Christian side also, they learn from our scholars like Al-Ghazali and all of that. Yet, both of us believe somehow these guys are going to Jahannam if they don't follow us. So you can see that there's more to it than just, there's a point where we reach where the arguments are gone. It's about who can persuade who can scare the other guy somehow. I'm just being honest here, guys. So of course I believe like Islam is true, and I'm still learning, and I'm learning and I'm learning, and I'm trying to be as objective as possible. And I think this is necessary in Dawah, because once you realize that, you will know when to use logic and when to appeal to someone's emotion. You will know when to be nice and when to be polemical somehow. So I think this is very important, and always be open-minded and ask Allah for guidance, and pray that you'll be among those that Allah will cover them with the shade on the day of judgment, and we'll all enter paradise, inshallah. So, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أنه سيرزقك من حيث لا تحتسب وستتسع عليك بعد الضيق، وهذه قاعدة قرآنية ربانية سماوية. ولذلك أنا أقول لكل مسلم خذ هالبشارة: إذا ضاقت بك الدنيا وادلهمت عليك الظروف والأحوال، أظلمت في وجهك مثل ظلام الكهف، فعليك بأن تأوي إلى الله